Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Trump and the Supreme Court and appeals and where everything heads from here, because there have been some developments in two separate legal entanglements of Trump's. And we're going to just kind of run through and talk about where each one is at and what happens next. Okay, so the big one, the one that I think most people are probably A, most concerned about, and B, paying the most attention to, the Supreme Court has decided to take up one of Trump's appeals in a narrow way. This is dealing with the D.C. case, the federal D.C. case, the federal criminal D.C. case. And this is the one where Trump claimed, presidential immunity and is trying to manufacture this. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear it the third week in April. Let's go ahead and jump to the main question right away. Unless the Supreme Court does something incredibly bizarre and just holds its ruling for a really long time, you're still getting your trial before the general election. Okay? Which is probably what Trump was trying to avoid with all of this. Doesn't look like it's going to pan out. When you sit down and you kind of break it down month by month, it's still going to happen before the election. The court decided that it will look at the specific question of whether or not a president has immunity from criminal prosecution for any and all acts that they took while they were in office. Please keep in mind, what Trump is arguing was so broad. This is where the whole Trump can use SEAL Team 6 to go after his opponents thing. This is where that came from. It is utterly just, it is inconceivable that the Supreme Court actually agree with his argument in whole. My guess is they want to kind of sketch the outlines of where this is. And that's really what the ruling is about. Or they just want to make sure that the decision that the appeals court made is universally applied. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Now, in the New York case, Trump, we're talking about the New York case with the $454 million thing. It is amazing that simply the New York case or the D.C. case or the D.C. federal case, none of these are actually enough to narrow down which case we're talking about. But we are talking about the civil New York case with the $454 million judgment thing. Trump was asking for a stay of enforcement of that judgment. The judge temporarily denied it, which means Trump has to come up with the cash. Trump offered, like in a counter offer, I guess, kind of floated the idea of putting up $100 million. And the judge did not readily accept that. Now, the judge did grant Trump a little bit of relief in saying that he could apply for loans in New York. I'm not sure how much good that's going to do the former president. But that's where things are sitting there. Again, this is a temporary decision before it goes to the 5-judge panel. So that's where that's at. There are, unsurprisingly, more legal developments coming with Trump that will be in a different video. We have some news coming in about the New York criminal case for the falsification of business records as well. And that'll be in a later video. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.